Hola, bienvenido a Decídete. De 3 años de cáncer del colon. Bueno, es demasiado.
Good afternoon and welcome to Vamos KC, our live production straight from the heart of downtown Kansas City, Missouri, and also a construction site. Here to talk about cool things happening in the Kansas City community. I'm your host today, Lydia Knob, filling in for the always talented Leo Prieto, because today we are talking about something near and dear to me, young professionals. Did you know there's over 30 young professional groups in the Kansas City metro area, and we have 3 here representing us today. Welcome, panel. Thank you guys for all being here.
Thanks for having us.
We'll also be highlighting some community events happening upcoming in the next couple weeks, as well as other opportunities for you to get involved and engaged in the local happenings around Kansas City. So let's get started. I'd like to welcome our panel again and introduce who's here represented. So Nick Moreno represents KCK Forward, an extension of the Kansas City, Kansas Chamber of Commerce. Fun fact, KCK Forward is in its 2nd year of operation.
It's
so
true.
You represent the youngest young professional group on our panel today.
Yes, yes.
Welcome.
Excited to be here. Thank you.
Outside of being the vice president of KCK Forward, Nick is also an intern at the Kansas City, Kansas Chamber of Commerce and a student at UMKC. So welcome, Nick.
Thanks for the introduction.
You are very welcome. Next, we have Melanie Clarke, so president of the Bacchus Foundation, which is the oldest philanthropic young professionals organization in Kansas City. Welcome, Melanie. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Outside of being the president of the Bacchus Foundation, Melanie is the senior marketing specialist from CBiz. So thank you for taking your time to come and talk to us today.
Of course.
And last but not least, we have Michael Lopez, the president of Young Latino Professionals of Greater Kansas City. Fun fact, YLP has over 300 unique individuals from different industries as members. And Michael is also the owner of Patty Planeta video production company. So Michael, welcome. And
Thank you. Thank you for having me
today. So let's jump right into it. Question 1, I want to give you all the floor and have you all kind of give a little background about your young professional organization. What piece of the puzzle does your individual groups fit in as far as the Kansas City YP community? Nick.
Okay, so like you said, we're a very young organization. We're in our 2nd year. We are actually, I think, one of the only young professional groups that actually serves the Wyandotte County in Kansas City, Kansas area directly. I know everybody else kind of does some work there, but I think that that's where we fit in the puzzle. We do a lot of work over there, and it's cool because we're one of the first people to directly put our energy there, and it's kind of challenging because not a lot of people have done there, so there's no infrastructure for that. So we're just kind of trying to work around that.
Awesome. And Melanie, what about Bacchus?
So I guess opposite of that, we've been around since 1955, so we've had a little bit of groundwork laid for us, luckily. But what kind of makes us different and where we fit in is we actually help a different charity each year. And so we really link that bridge between young professionals and other charities in the Kansas City area. So it's just a great way for our age group to kind of get involved with the not-for-profit world and kind of see what they have to offer.
And develop that culture of service.
Yeah.
Awesome. Great. And YLP, where
so
do you guys fit?
We just celebrated our 10-year anniversary last year, and I think where we fit in is specifically for the Latino young professional here in Greater Kansas City, although we do some in KCK as well. And I just think that we kind of provide an opportunity for kind of cultural empowerment as well as sort of professional skills, and giving people the chance to kind of experiment with their careers and where they see themselves in the future.
Absolutely. And you guys are you an extension of a Chamber of Commerce, or is there any relation to the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce with YP?
So we are a program within the Greater Kansas City Hispanic Collaborative,
Okay.
Which is sort of the 501c3 or offshoot of the Greater Kansas City Hispanic Chamber.
Okay, gotcha. Awesome.
I know it's a mouthful.
Yeah, there's a lot behind these groups and how they all got started, so it's cool to get some background. So as you all are representing kind of different pieces of this larger YP Metro puzzle, how do you all define young professionals? A lot of people have opinions about what young professionals are. Are they millennials? What's the age group? So how do you guys define yourself? Nick?
Let me start again. Okay, so I think like the actual definition's like 21 to 40, but we like to include over at KCK4 the young at heart as well. We definitely have some people outside of that age range, and they do a lot of wonderful things to help us out. So we are not exclusive to that age range at all.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, we kind of follow in that same path. We don't really put an age group on our members, and it's more so just where they are in their career and kind of how they feel. And so we keep it pretty open. If they feel like a young professional, we're happy to have them.
We're going to call them a young
Yeah.
professional? Absolutely.
Yeah,
Michael,
same thing. We don't have any age limit or minimum really. I think it's the young at heart spirit, and whether it be a career change or just starting out, people who have that kind of passion and drive that we all have when we're really young, you know.
And I think it's a benefit for maybe new incoming emerging professionals to also have connections to some mid-level and upper-level professionals that are still networking in their groups. So
Yeah, of course.
that's nice. So twofold of that question, what do you want seasoned professionals to know about young professionals? There's a lot of buzz about reaching a generation that is so already socially connected. What do you want seasoned professionals to know about the upcoming workforce that's rising right now? Let's start with Michael.
Yeah.
You know, I think the biggest thing about us that I guess makes us different from Gen X and Boomers is we're not, for the most part, or maybe we are, but the 9 to 5 kind of grind for us is not typical, and I don't think it produces the best results that we're able to provide to our companies. So, you know, we like standing desks. We like hours to be as we determine them, and I think it kind of bucks the system of what a corporation typically does, but if you just give us a chance to express our workflow as we do, you'll get kind of better results, definitely.
Yeah, work smarter, not harder, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Anybody else want to chime in on that?
I would just want them to know that we're worth taking a risk on. I think there's a lot of talent out there, and if you're willing to kind of think outside the box and let the young professionals kind of take stride, you'll be amazed at what we can do.
Yeah, for sure. So we actually did a think tank group. It was sponsored by Workwell Wyandotte, and we got a lot of good feedback from a lot of millennials and a lot of older professionals as well. And I think what a lot of older people don't know is that we have pretty much the same value system and the same wants as them, apart from a couple different things, kind of like the 9 to 5 office. But I'm sure some older people don't want to be in the office from 9 to 5 either, though. Yeah. So we learned a lot about that, and I think millennial just kind of has a stigma to it that shouldn't be there, because we are hard workers and we have a lot of energy and we have a lot of good ideas.
Absolutely. Would you all call yourselves millennials?
I would probably.
Yeah, I think so by definition.
Are
I'm
we
on
by
the
definition
upper end, yeah.
millennials? Okay. Awesome. Well, thank you for your answers. That was insightful. And we're going to take a little opportunity to check in with the community, and for all of our younger than young professionals, Kansas City families, and parents. We had the opportunity to speak with Charlie Shields, CEO of Truman Medical Center, and Missouri State Senator Kiki Curls about the 12th annual Kansas City Public Health and Safety Fair that's happening this weekend, July 21st. So let's take a look and see what they have to say.
Hi, I'm Senator Kiki Curls.
And I'm Charlie Shields, President and CEO of Truman Medical Centers.
And we want to invite you out and hope that you guys will come out for the 12th annual Kansas City Public Health and Safety Fair. It'll be held next Saturday, July 21st from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Arrowhead Stadium and the Founders Plaza.
The air-conditioned Founders
The
Plaza.
air-conditioned Founders Plaza.
Truman Medical Centers is happy to once again participate in this event. So we'll have lots of opportunities for people to work on their health and improve their health, not just for them, but also for the children. So for those kids getting ready to go back to school, we'll have sports physicals there. We'll also have dental screenings. We'll have our WIC program there, particularly for the younger kids and the moms to be.
But we're really excited this year as well because we'll have free transportation to and from the event. We'll have, plenty of drop-off and pickup locations. The bus company, Kansas City Area Transportation Authority, has so graciously provided buses for free transportation for families as well.
We'll also have our Healthy Harvest Mobile Market, which distributes fresh fruits and vegetables to the community. So it's just a fabulous event. It's been going on 12 years now, and this is going to be the biggest and the best.
Yes, we will have over 100 vendors. It'll be a fun event, great for families, lots of free giveaways. We will have 100 bicycles that we will raffle off to the young people that happen to attend the event. And we're so excited. We'll have Casey Wolf, and we're really excited. It'll be a fun event.
And even if you're not a young person, come out and watch the smiles on the kids' face when they receive one of those free bikes.
Absolutely. These kids will receive free bicycles, free bicycle helmets to make sure that they're safe and secure as they're staying active over the summer. So we're really excited. We're wanting to keep families safe and healthy over the summer. There are many sponsors that we would love to thank. Of course, Truman Medical Center. I think we've said that, again, they've been a wonderful partner, but the Kansas City Police Department, Missouri State Office of Minority Health, the Black Healthcare Coalition, KCATA in providing the buses, of course the Kansas City Chiefs. Did I say the Kansas City, Missouri Police Department? They've been awesome for years. I think the Kansas City Chiefs. Yes, they have been, and so we're really excited about those that have been very supportive of this event for so long, and so we're really looking forward and very grateful and thankful for the help and support we've got.
Yeah. With the help of those partners, it really has grown every year, so it is an amazing event.
Awesome. Thank you, Senator Curls and Charlie. It was great to learn about that opportunity, and you heard it here, so mark your calendars, July 21st. But we're right back here in downtown Kansas City, Missouri. As you can see, it's booming right now. Plenty of construction right behind me. So I want to talk a little bit about that. Kansas City is booming, and it's headquarters to some of the largest companies in the region and in the nation. So that being said, being a YP or young professional in Kansas City, what type of work environment or company culture is our rising workforce looking for? You mentioned stand-up desks, right? Which is like a great start, and we have stand-up desks here at Tico. But also, can you guys kind of explain what you've observed in your own professional careers as what your wants and needs are, and also what you've heard from your members? Let's go for Melanie right in the middle.
I would say flexible workstations, kind of an in and out flow with a fun atmosphere, just a lot more open than I think the standard cube allows for.
The cubicle lifestyle, yeah.
Yeah, I think flexibility and the ability to not be micromanaged whenever we're being working, because we're capable and we can get things done and we don't need to have that looming boss behind us all the time.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if anyone enjoys being micromanaged, but that's a good
any age group.
Yeah, that's a good point. Anything to add, Michael, to that one?
Yeah, I think diversity and then community involvement in the company that you're working for. I feel like our generation specifically wants to work for companies that want to improve the community and have a role of good stewardship.
Absolutely. And each and every one of your organizations in some way, shape, or form does have a service arm. Especially Bacchus, I feel like that is the foundation. Yeah. But can you tell me a little bit more about why it's important for these young professionals to almost use these organizations to open the door to give back? You know, what is it about, using these organizations as almost a channel to be a little bit more philanthropic? Can you guys speak to that a little bit?
Yeah, it not only, I think, creates a great foundation for just having a solid kind of core values, but it also allows you for some great networking opportunities. And so with our monthly happy hours, we really work to not only give light to the foundation that we're supporting, but we also really want to make sure that we have a good mix of young professionals to network and just kind of create a great atmosphere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like you have to give back, and our generation isn't really known for philanthropy, because usually you think of an older generation that does that, and especially for us in KCK Forward, like a lot of us our goal is kind of to retain being in Kansas City, Kansas, because a lot of our young professionals do leave for the Missouri side. And we just kind of have to engage everybody and just build up our community.
Yeah, absolutely. Anything to add to that, Michael? You kind of started the
I think,
conversation.
yeah, I think just to kind of piggyback, I think it's important for our generation, every generation, to volunteer and to give back. Again, it's the communities that we live in. You know, if there's an opportunity to improve it, I mean, it would behoove all of us to do what we can to improve the areas that we live in. And so kind of instilling and ingraining the thought of philanthropy at a young age is extremely important.
It's a good way to start, absolutely. And I think a lot of professionals, maybe older professionals, might have more opportunities to donate funds, right? But young professionals have a lot of energy and sometimes they have a lot of time. And so being able to donate that time and volunteer, you know, physically is also helpful. And I know that a lot of you guys have opportunities to get involved in those ways too. But speaking of time and all the things that go with it, according to a 2016 study, I'm surprised at this number, but 16% of millennials put work-life balance ahead of flexibility and progression in growing in their career. What are the biggest barriers to you all? You're obviously all involved in things outside of your everyday work, but what are some of the barriers to your work-life balance, and how have you found ways to adapt and also still be involved and engage people that you are?
You have to learn to say no. That's like the biggest thing, because if you get involved in so many different things and you're everywhere at once, you can't really be contributing to one thing wholly. And I think that learning to say no is a big thing, because everybody's going to ask you to do more and more and more. And that can really stress you out and just make your work not the quality that it should be.
Absolutely. So saying no is a good skill to try out if you haven't already. Anybody else want to chime in on that one?
No. No.
Hey.
No, I think he's, yeah, I think he's right in having the ability to say no and to really focus on the things that are important to you at that moment. There's a myriad of organizations I would love to help in some fashion, in some way right now. But at the moment, I am, you know, I have all my efforts in young Latino professionals, and so down the road, these are things that I could look at, but until then, I kind of agree that you just have to kind of have a balance of what you're doing outside of the workplace.
And focus in instead of being pulled in many directions. Yeah, absolutely. What do you think about that, Melanie?
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely agree that just time management overall, that was something I definitely struggled with, especially when our board was a lot larger. Just being able to set time aside and get my actual job done alongside running the organization was definitely a struggle at first, but just learning to set aside specific time blocks for everything has been a huge help.
Absolutely. I'm always working on my time management skills, and I've heard recently that if you are on time, you're late. If you're 5 minutes early, you're on time.
You just heard that recently?
I heard that.
You didn't hear that before, like,
I didn't
growing
know
up?
that before, but yes, I'm still working on it. But thanks for your insight. We're going to actually go to our feline correspondent and fellow Tico teammate, Brenna Dwyer, who's at KC Pet Project, to talk about some furry friends looking for a good home, whether that's a YP home or any kind of home. So let's take a look.
Hi, this is Brenna Dwyer with Tico Tales. I'm here with Tori at KC Pet Project and Elise, and we're trying to get her adopted and all of these other cats. So here's Tori.
This is Elise, and she is 2 years old. She was surrendered to our shelter. Someone found her, but they couldn't keep her. But they brought her to us for adoption, and she is just a tiny little lady that loves to be held. In fact, they say that she gets mad if you're not holding her. You can actually hold her like a baby, and she is just the most precious little thing. But she's looking for a home at our main shelter location. We have hundreds of cats right now. In fact, we're doing fee-waived adoptions on some of the cats at the shelter. So come down to any of our locations to meet all the cats looking for homes and adopt today.
Thanks, Tori.
All right, so you heard that here. They're waiving fees for felines right now, which if you don't have a pet, which I've feeling a lot of young professionals and people in Kansas City have pets, but I heard that especially after 4th of July, KC Pet Project had quite a few strays that needed good homes as well. So we would like to extend that opportunity to you, KC Pet Project. Thank you so much for having us. And we'll get back to our panel. So we have a new panelist joining us. We did a quick swap. So I would like to welcome Rachel Myers, who is promotion chair for the Bacchus Society, and she is also the group sales manager for the new Crossroads Hotel opening up. So welcome, Rachel, and thank you for coming to chat.
Yeah, thank you.
So we're going to kind of move into advertising and media. We're on Facebook Live right now, and it seems like in this day and age, we're always connected, right? And so millennials, and specifically, have given birth to influencer marketing, or using internet personalities and our peers to be relatable in advertising. So that being said, and kind of everybody's got things going out and promotions to send out to the world, right? So how does each and every one of you, market yourself in a way that's maybe different? How do you reach your young professionals? How do you expand that network? And maybe what are some out-of-the-box ways that you found successful for you guys within KCK Forward, Bacchus, and YLP?
So for KCK Forward, we've been doing, it's not really out of the box, I'd say, because we're doing a Facebook Live right now, but Facebook Live has been really helping us. So after all of our meetings, we are starting to do a member spotlight. So the member spotlights, we pull someone aside, use a Facebook Live, tag them, tag our network, and those just have so much reach, and they really do a lot to really draw in new recruits, new energy, just sponsors, anything really that you can think of that you can draw in.
And you're a communications intern for the chamber, correct?
Yes, so we've been doing a lot of Facebook Live over there.
Yeah, and you recently did something new, a live podcast. Can you explain a little bit about that?
Well, it wasn't really a live podcast. We filmed a podcast live, so
it's a live podcast.
It kind of was like, our president said that during one of his speeches, and I think he misspoke when he said live podcast, so we made it happen.
Yeah, you made
it. Worked out.
You created it.
Yeah, it did.
And can you tell me a little bit about that project, or who you interviewed?
Yeah, so we had Mayor Alvey over in the mayor CEO of the unified government, and we did an interview with him, about 20 minutes long, about relating the business culture of KCK to the UG, the government side, and the things that they can do. And it had, I think, 1,500 views on Facebook, so it really did a lot just by setting up a camera and doing a 20-minute interview. It had some good reach.
Yeah, and I think within young professional organizations, we might have a little bit more access to people in office and elected officials, and so being able to use social media to share their standings and their opinions on things is kind of helpful, and it's cool that you had that insight. So thank you. Live podcast, everyone.
Live podcast.
You heard it here. So Rachel, Michael, anybody want to pick that up? Out-of-the-box ways to reach your audience, not even necessarily like online marketing, but even with events, methods that you found successful, things like that.
Yeah, so as a part of the promotions chair for Bacchus, my job is to find the happy hour locations.
Ooh.
And so I kind of like to make the young professional Bacchus people, I want them to go outside the box. I want them to go to local places that, these hidden gem bars. So
and there's quite a few.
Oh yeah, I mean, we have a great city, and I want us to fully immerse ourselves and try out these new places.
Yeah, so. Do you have any suggestions for those of you tuning in right now? Cool places to go?
Yeah, so we're trying to find local, we're trying to find new, so we'll have some at like Mockingbird Lounge, so in KCK. We'll take people to like all the way out in Overland Park. There's a few different locations, so we'll tell you all about it.
More to come.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, Rachel. Michael, any special ways you guys market yourselves differently?
We've incorporated a little bit of video work into some of our adverts, and then I think the thing that we do either uniquely or differently, but it's kind of time tested, is our board as a whole at our networkers will kind of go above and beyond to make sure that they talk to faces and people that they've never met before. And networkers, it's so easy to see someone familiar and just, you know, maybe you haven't talked to him in a week or so, and so you just kind of have a great conversation, and that's great. But our board as a whole does a really good job of, and we encourage other members to really kind of find someone in the room that you don't know and just strike up a conversation and see what connects.
Absolutely, and that can be extremely intimidating sometimes.
It's very,
so
yeah.
Having a board support you in that is would be helpful, I'm sure. So that being said, we are going to present an opportunity to let us know what you are all up to and upcoming events that are happening, and just help share it with everyone that's tuning in right now. So can you all tell us how you connect, how can people connect to you, where can we find your organizations? Let's start with KCK Forward. Can you share all those fun socials and all of the things online that can get direct people to you?
So we have we have an Instagram, a Twitter, and a Facebook page. The tags are escaping me, but KCK Forward on Facebook, and I believe it's KCK_FWD on Instagram, and I believe that's the same. Oh, there it is, pulled up on the screen. Yeah, so it's KCK Forward on Instagram, all one word, KCK_FWD on Facebook, and our website, or our page on the website is going to be kckchamber.com/young-professionals.
Awesome. And you kind of started talking a little bit about the Connect the Dot tour, but tell us a little bit more about that event that's coming up. I know you guys are gearing up for that.
Oh yeah, so this Saturday, Connect the Dot tour. It's going to be awesome. We are going to be taking a bus around the Kansas City, Kansas area. We are going to be touring the Call Point Meadery that's soon to open, Sporting Kansas City, Children's Mercy Park out there. We are going to be visiting a couple of the local bars, the Colonial Club, the 403 Club, as well as Chicago's, where one of the commissioners, Commissioner McKiernan, is going to actually give us a speech there as well. So it's going to be really fun, and we actually, today, just picked up these T-shirts, and I'm going to pull these out. Here are Connect the Dot.
Self-promotion.
Self-promotion. Connect the Dot T-shirts. They are awesome. You can still register online, by the way.
At our what's the website?
At the same website that I told you a minute ago.
Great. That's a really cool shirt. Thank you, Nick. Rachel, can you share a little bit about Bacchus? How can we find you guys? And what's coming up for you?
Okay. So you can find us on Facebook. You can find us on Instagram. We host happy hours every month. And so we'll post it on Facebook and on Instagram. So go like us, go follow us, and then you can keep track of what happy hours is going on. It's really easy. You show up, you network, you meet new people, and the more you drink, the more it goes back to charity. So it's a great cause.
It's a great incentive to continue the happy hour and make it even happier. Awesome.
Yeah.
And I know there's some coming up for you guys. Can you tell us a little bit where those are, what days?
Yeah, so tonight it's at Martin City Pizza.
Tonight?
Yeah, tonight. 6 p.m. And then on August 23rd, we're having it at Tribe Street Kitchen, so that's in River Market. And then September 13th is when we'll have it at the Mockingbird Lounge in Kansas City, Kansas.
Awesome.
And then more to come.
Yeah, some of those hidden gems right there that you guys are introducing people to, so thank you. And last but not least, YLP, how can we find you guys?
So I struggle with our handles as well.
Right.
I do know our website is www.ylpkc.com. We're able to get that easily. And all of our handles are at ylpkc. Although I'm pretty sure our Instagram is at Young Latino KC, or if you use, I believe, if you use the hashtag YLPKC, I think you can find us on all the platforms.
Awesome, and I think that handy dandy pin and that logo is always recognizable.
Yeah.
Anytime I see that, I'm like, that's the YLP event. So
great.
Awesome. And then what's coming up for you guys? I know that there's something happening this weekend.
Yeah, this weekend we are having kind of a pickleball networker. I believe that is, no, I think it's next weekend, actually.
My fault.
No, that's okay. It's at Chicken and Pickle. It's one of the newer, I guess, kind of restaurant fun places here in town. I think it's been open for about a year. we had partnered with them in the past and had a really good experience. So
Awesome.
I hope to see you guys there on the 29th.
Yeah, and they have really good food too. So
Chicken's always a good choice.
Chicken's a great choice, yes. Anyway, side note. So thank you everyone for sharing that, and please, everyone watching, take the opportunity, connect in. If you haven't already learned about or know these organizations, I hope you know a little bit more about them now. But also don't forget, this weekend as well, July 21st, the 12th Annual Kansas City Public Health and Safety Fair, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And like you saw in the video, they're providing free rides. Ride KC, thank you so much. What an awesome opportunity. And not just free rides, but also dental screenings, medical screenings, and the opportunity to win bicycles for kids. What a great chance. So please write that down, save the date, don't plan anything for Saturday. And also, I know we kind of have some competing events because we also have the culture tour that Saturday, so maybe you could fit them both in, get the kids the dental screening, and then take them to a babysitter and come on down. You know, however you can work it out. I know we're all busy, work-life balance, but 12th Annual, Arrowhead Stadium, it's a great opportunity, pictures with Kansas City Wolf, all of the fun stuff. So,
KC Wolf?
That being said, we're kind of wrapping up here, which is sad. I've had a really good time, and I'm a young professional, and I learned a lot today. So thank you all for sharing, and thanks, Melanie, for joining us earlier. So I am excited, though, to introduce a special segment created just for this show called Networking 101. So all of your YPs tuning in right now, we had the opportunity to talk to KCK Forward's Treasurer and Recruitment Chair, Rowen Sears, about all of the 101s when you walk into a networker and you know no one. Because we've all been there, and we all have strong networks, and we've built networks out of knowing no one in a room. So how do you get that? How do you get that network built? Let's take a look.
What's up, guys? I'm Rowen Sears. I've been on the young professional networking circuit for about 2 years now. Have you ever been in a situation where you just don't know how to quite read a room? I have. I'm here to share with you some tips how to make the best of your networking. This is Networking 101. But first, let me change into something a little more comfortable. So, you are at an after-hours event at a new hip trendy bar, and your company has paid for you to attend this event, and you know no one. What do? First, always seek out another young professional. It's a lot easier to establish common ground with someone around your age group. But what if there's no young professional there? Then make your way to the bar, grab a drink. Doesn't have to be alcoholic. Hold on to something. You're a lot more comfortable when you have something in your hand rather than the awkward hands or awkward stance type of situation. Next, seek out one of the hosts of the event. Shake their hand, get to know them. Let them know that you're there because you're important too. Thank them for hosting the event and make your presence known. Be assertive, but not aggressive. Make sure to eat something beforehand. Although the draw of these events is free food, nobody wants to see you raiding the table. Don't eat the bone-in wings because nobody wants to see you fingers deep in wing sauce. Make sure that you have your cards on the ready. Guys, have your cards in your pocket. Ladies, if you're wearing a dress, make sure it's in like your clutch. Have your cards ready to go to exchange. Don't ask somebody to connect on LinkedIn immediately in the moment. Nobody wants to pull out their phone. It's just not cute. Just do it later. Make the follow-up. Whether it is a follow-up text or email, maybe it is that connection on LinkedIn. Maybe it's a day for coffee, but follow up with those people. Know what you're going to do to really build that relationship. Don't, whatever you do, talk politics at your first networker. There is a better time and place, and your first ever networker is not one of them. A lot of times there are elected officials in the room, and you may not know who your crowd is. So if somebody talks politics, just stop, abort mission, get out, just let's go. So I'm sure that you're probably wondering, why does all of this matter? What does business networking have to do with me? Although your LinkedIn and your resume may be great reflections of you, nothing beats face-to-face, getting to know somebody, building and establishing a relationship. I'm Rowen Sears. I wish you the best of luck. I can't wait to see you out on the networking scene. I'll be waiting for your card.
Thank you, Rowen Sears, for coming to Tico and cutting that video for us. It was extremely enlightening for me to know. And I know I've caught at networkers trying to eat all the food, and it's not cute. So there it is. There you have it, folks. Our third edition of Vamos KC, straight from downtown Kansas City, Missouri. You got to see the construction happening in the background and hopefully get some cool insight on young professionals in the metro. Whether or not you are a young professional, hopefully this information is still helpful because ultimately we're all working here together to make our community better. So I would like to thank our panelists immensely for taking time out of your professional lives and all of your employers, or as an owner of your own company, allowing yourself to come here and talk to us today. It really means the world to Tico, and we appreciate all of the resources you've offered. So again, I just want to remind you about all of the events. Pickleball on the 29th. There is a happy hour tonight at Martin City Brewery, Connect the Dot on Saturday, and the KC Public Safety Fair at Arrowhead on Saturday as well. I'd also like to thank all of Tico team behind the scenes, making this look so magical and allowing everything to go seamlessly. We appreciate all of you who are viewing us, and I'm Lydia Knopp. Catch us next week, or sorry, catch us next month as we talk sports. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Hola, bienvenido a Decide Tech.
Excited to be here to be a part of this,